Hi, and we're back. So, continuing on from the last episode, we're going to do the gunk wash now. Don't need to worry too much about this bit here. I know I'm quoting a friend of mine exactly there. But this all needs a complete gunk washing. So, what I'm going to use is Aptylung 502, and you need to buy this as quickly as you can find it anywhere, because an associate friend, genius model builder friend of mine, Starship Filth, he recommends this on all his videos, and because of him it's now in the shortest supply on the planet. We actually think Fox is hoarding the stuff in a giant warehouse somewhere for one of the biggest eBay auctions in history, but keep that to yourself. Okay, so it's an oil-based paint, and it's got the most gorgeous colour. I'm just going to paint straight from the tube because that's the easiest way to do this. So what I'll do, I'll show you this one, and then we will go into some sort of time lapse, because otherwise it'll be very boring to watch all this, and especially watching it dry. It takes about 5 or 6 days to dry. So anyway, let's crack on. All you want to do is just leather it on here, just get it in everywhere. Don't worry about, I mean, just look. Ooh, that's gorgeous, lovely jubbly. Get into every nook and cranny. This is just going to give it another layer. Slightly polarize the colour. So thwack it all in. It's a great word, thwack. And you want to give everything a massive coat. Now, it's really advisable when you're doing this to wear gloves. Fingerless gloves. No, just full gloves, not fingerless gloves. Sorry, Halton College. Because it basically, you're going to get it everywhere. All over your hands, all over your neighbours, cat, dog. It's just one of those things. It just makes you mesh. So, coat the whole thing. I know it's a bit laborious to watch, but, you know. Now, I know at this stage you're sitting there thinking, hang on, that was quite a reasonable paint job. No, you've just totally trashed it. And, yeah, it does worry me every time I do this. I find it quite daunting. Get it into all those little recesses. Sorry about the long pause there. I was totally concentrating on something else completely different. It wasn't this. Add more of the good stuff. Like I say, you can. It's easier to pick this up direct from Aptylung's website than trying to get it on online stores, because Mr. Fox is buying every single. And don't take my word for this, you know, check with people like my mate Tony, Helgin35. He's another fantastic model builder. I'll bang Fox's name and that up there so you can see. But yeah, we're sure Fox is actually hoarding this for the biggest eBay auction in the world, just to promote his own brand of oil paint. So we think we're going to rebrand them. Now, I might just be making that all up, but hey, only time will tell. So let's get that on there. Also, I believe I owe Adam an apology, because when I tried to promote about Enigma model building in the last episode. I couldn't remember his name, and I probably got it wrong now, but I'm sure it's Adam. Really nice geezer, and he's doing a couple of fantastic builds that are well worth a watch. So, Tony, Fox, Adam, your names will appear on the screen somewhere along this thing. You know what it's like. You never put them where you say you're going to do them. And we'll go from there. Also, if anyone wants to know about healthy eating, Mr. Fox has just released a rather interesting food guide on his channel. It's a one-off episode. And being the northern lad that he is, it's how to make the perfect pot noodle. Now, we may disagree on a few things, but definitely on that one. But it's well worth a watch. It's entertaining, and some of you might like to try it. You never know. So, anyway, that's now coated. So what we take now is that. That is one of my old STO t-shirts. STO was suddenly taken over. They were a professional video game team many moons ago. We're just going to gently rub and take off as much of this as possible. Now, just giving it a quick rub over, and then we'll go back and get into the recesses. But as you can see now, it's, if you look between a piece that's not been painted and the colour of the green there now, that is starting to get some life to it. So let's continue wiping this off. So the only downside to doing this is it can take 4 or 5 days to actually dry, with it being oil paints, and you want it completely dry before you seal it to do the next set of weathering. Now, if you've got, like with Chief's armour here, there's some little recesses you can't really get into. You take a cotton bud, or as the good old Yankee Doodles say, a Q-tip. You can just get that into those little areas. So it helps you take off as much as you want, just to give a slightly lighter finish and stuff. So anyway, let's just get this rubbed down as much as I need it to be. See, now it's filling in all these little recesses. And you take off as much or as little as you need to take off to give you the effect that you want. And with Chief, you want it to be fairly well battered, to be honest, because he's not stopped fighting in 3 years or something like that. Ridiculous, I think it is. So he's never been off the battlefield and won't take a break. Sounds a bit like somebody else I know. Haha. So see, now it's almost like it's a gunk wash, but it's also does your panel lining as well, and leaves, come on, focus, it's weathering, beautiful. Now, I'd never heard of doing it like this before. We used to, back in the day, a gunk wash when I used to paint Dungeons and Dragons and Citadel figures many moons ago. A gunk wash was when you'd basically do a wash of a very thin black. Ooh, all over. Hello, this is very nice. Over your kit, and it'd fill the panel lines in. With this oils, actually, the oil seems to penetrate the paint really nicely. You see, it just takes the sheen off it. It's a really nice job, that. Okay, get in with the cotton bud now. Just bring back some of those little highlight areas. Oh, this looks gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Loving it, Lodge.
Come on, Stomping, stop talking gibberish. You've been doing nothing but for weeks. So, I mean, these bits here you're not going to see because there's two panel pieces that sit on which the weapon's attached to. But it looks really nice, so at least we know it's there. You know, for your own satisfaction. Last little bit. Okay, I think we're about there. So this is going to take about a week to dry, so don't fret about that. It's no big deal. But don't worry, when it cuts back in after I've done the time lapse, we'll carry on with the next. Okay, so there's a gunk wash done. It's going to take 5, maybe 6 days to dry. So, going to let it dry, and I'll see everyone back in the next episode. If you weren't aware, this coming Tuesday is the 27th, which is Halo 5 Guardians Day. So, if I don't get a video up within a week, don't worry, I've not got ill or anything again. It's purely because I'm doing this instead of doing this. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye!